Hey, yo, what's going on? It's your man, Louie T. Fat like cook crack, a little later than normal, different time slot than normal, but same energy, all black. You know what it is. Coming off of what I deem to be an excellent week. This is my favorite week of the season thus far, and I wet the bed. Really disappointed in myself, but this is how I want the rest of the weeks to look. Just like this one in terms of the competitiveness of the games, and the difficulty in having to make picks. This is what I want. I don't want the shit that we had last week where everybody feels like a winner. Everybody gets a gold star. Everybody gets to feel good about themselves. You shouldn't feel good every week about your picks, or at least the outcome of them. Last week was an abomination. This week, this was more like, or I should say last week was more like what you want, where you got to make some tough decisions and live with the results. And I was pleased with the way the picks had to be made. I wasn't pleased with the results of some of these games. A lot of them were nail biters that came down to last second field goals. Arizona and the Chargers, Green Bay and the Texans, Detroit and the Vikings. Like, these were games that came down to the wire. You were either on the right side or the wrong side. You know, had a couple of upsets sprinkled in, which is, to me, a necessary evil, right? You need one or two games to throw you a curveball. I don't think many people saw Seattle going to Atlanta and winning, right? So we'll talk about those things today, but this is gonna be a quick video. we're not going to do the whole normal song and dance thing where we spend a whole heap of time, doing this and doing that. We're gonna get to the proceedings rather quickly today because I got other things to attend to. But I did want to get this video done because normally I would have just said I get them next week. But I was so disappointed in myself. I felt the need to do this video because I've been beating myself up all week. And I said, if I don't do this video, I'm going to continue to beat myself up and I need to move on. So I'm going to beat myself up one final time and then we move on and we don't make this same mistake again the rest of the year. And so this is therapeutic for me. I need this in this particular week. So we're going to dive into it. But let me honor the winners from last week, the people who were able to get it done. Let's do that first before we get into any of my individual bullshit for the week. So big shout out to 808 Skins fan for getting it done. He played 3 sheets. I love it. I love when somebody says, you know what? I'm going for it. Sort of like the NFL trade deadline. If you think you're close, go for it. He played 3 sheets and he won, right? It only sucks when you play 3 and you don't win. Then you're like, man, damn, I did all of that and I still ain't win. But when it comes through for you, it feels good, right? It doesn't matter how you do it, just do it. And he did it. So big ups to him. Once again, you're a PayPaler, so you know how that goes. You'll probably see your money sometime next week. Hang in there, okay? That's the best I can tell you. Hang in there, but you'll definitely get your $105 that's coming your way. And way to get it done. 3 losses. That's big. I mean, this was a tough week, man. It really truly was. Again, Atlanta, as you can see, everybody picked Atlanta. Nobody saw the Falcons losing that game, right? That was a surprise. You need an upset or two sprinkled in, right? Texans game came down to a last-second field goal, right? Walk-off field goal, essentially. So, and then you picked the Saints, and you were able to overcome that. That's big. Losing on Thursday night and overcoming it and still winning the pool. And you know what? You're the only person to have 3 losses, but you had the points, 49. And that Arizona pick was ballsy and it got you the win, right? You needed that to come through or else you wouldn't have won. And then the points, you were able to get that to, hold on a second. What was that? The score? That's 17-15 game. I think I got the wrong person winning this thing. Hold on a second. 44 is lower. I was thinking of the Ravens game, right? That's not what we were doing the points from. We are doing the points from the last game. So hold on a second. I think Boss Man might have won this thing. I think there were multiple people who had 3 losses. Hold on a second. Nope, Bronco Billy. 1, 2, 3. So let's change that right now. Bronco Billy is the winner this week. I just thought about that. You know, you always got to be careful when it comes to these double headers, because a lot of times with the double headers, they I change up the method of how you crown a winner. So I think it's going to be Bronco Billy here. 1, 2, 3, and then 36. That score was what? 32 points total? Nobody's beating that. It's got to be Bronco Billy. I'll go through it real quick though. Just to either way, Bronco Billy is also a Facebooker. I mean, a PayPal or so. Or else I could have got you that money right now, but you're also a PayPaler, so same thing applies in terms of you getting your bread. You'll see it sometime next week, but I think Bronco Billy's gonna be our winner here. Boss Man had 3, I know that, but he had 44. I don't think anybody else. I think it was like 3 or 4 y'all that had 3. Pretty sure it was only like 3 or 4 y'all that had 3 losses. I'm glad I caught this. And I'm glad that you weren't a PayPal, because I probably would have sent you the money already, thinking that you had won. And you were close, but the points be important, man. Yep, there was only 3 of y'all, and Bronco Billy got it done. So shout out to Bronco Billy, man. I think that's your first one of the year, if I'm not mistaken. So now you got yourself one, and again, the points, you could have outright won this thing. Well, you still would have been tied with Boss Man, but the points is what got you, and I can't stress this enough. Points are important. Points are important. Don't just pick some random number. Think about the 2 teams playing and understand who's doing what, who's been doing what, and what do you think is going to happen. Don't just pick a random number, because it could come down to points just like it did here. And Bronco Billy knew the 2 teams that were playing, they weren't scoring a lot of points this season, and that ended up winning them the pool. So shout out to Bronco Billy, and you'll be getting 105 at some point in your PayPal next week, is the guess. Let's transition to the big boy, and that's winners and losers. So real quick, because this is going to be an abbreviated show, we got to get the piss cup to who needs it immediately. 100 grand. I don't know what the hell you were doing this week, but you ain't been shit all season, to be honest. I'm gonna just keep it a buck, right? Because, you know, anybody that talks shit to me, I then have a vendetta against you, and I vow to beat you. So you talked shit to me last year, and I played the clip on the kickback. You were feeling yourself your first time playing. You jumped in week 1, you won the money, and you ain't been shit since. And I'm just keeping a beam with you. You call yourself 100 grand, right? Much like the candy bar, a soft version of it, you know, much like the candy bar, a melted version of it. Your picks have been soft, real soft. There's nothing delicious about what you've been doing, and you barely over 500, and you had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Hold on, is this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10? You had 10 losses in a 15-game week. Matter of fact, we got to turn this into a Piss Cup Ultra. I don't know what the hell you were doing this week, to be honest with you. We got to double up on the Piss King, and we got to bless you twice, because your picks were an atrocity this week. So we got the Piss King pissing all over you. And so Ultra, 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 Ultra. Go ahead and start sipping away. Let me hand you this goblet. Take care of it by yourself, because nobody's touching that. I don't even need to go through the rest of. I don't know how the hell you managed to lose 10 games. Like you went out of your way to be special to lose 10 games in a week like this. This was a tough week, right? With a lot of close games and a lot of teams that were very even playing each other, like Miami and Indy and Jacksonville and New England. And so you had to make a decision. Denver and the Saints, you had to make a decision. But it didn't call for 10 losses. There was no way you should be remotely close. To me, 4 losses is all you should have had. No more than 4. Anything more than 4, and you didn't have a good week. So, yeah, you've been a disgrace. I just want you to know that. And I know you're watching, or you will watch this at some point. I just want you to know you've been a disgrace. All right. I just need you to understand that. So, let's go through this quickly. What I'm not going to do is go through everybody's picks this week because, again, press for time. And that's not why I came here today. That's not why I'm doing this today. This is about me right now. All right. And honoring those who were exceptional in the week. So before we get to that, let's look at what the colors look like from a week ago. As you can see, there's a lot of color, way more than I'm comfortable with. And I remember making a comment about the bottom half of the bracket, how there was really no real energy down here. What are you guys doing? Whip the shit into shape. Well, as you can see, a lot more activity down here this week. So I opened my mouth and look what happened. So maybe I need to shut the hell up moving forward. I think I'm going to just do that. But again, a lot of color. Right, but not as much as the week prior, which is, again, this was a great week in terms of the games. I got to make better picks, right? But this is how I like it right here. There were a lot of tough decisions to be made in week number 7. And if you navigated it beautifully, shout out to you. And so we'll talk about those people who navigated it. And really, we're just going to kind of keep this to the people that had a phenomenal week, the best of the best. And then we're going to keep it pushing, right? Normally, everybody would get some love or would get clowned. But again, time doesn't permit for all of that to take place today. So let's just jump into some of the biggest movers of the week. You had some people that were outstanding this week. And let's talk about the PT peers, the primetime prognosticators for the week. As you can see, Kimura, 13-2. Jordan Jones, 13-2. Cody has done it again, 13-2. Derek B, 13-2. And Rella, 13-2. Now let's get into the specifics of all of these individuals real quick. For Kimura, that 13-2 now puts Kimura at 65-42. And now you're right back in the mix, right? I mean, you still got a long ways to go. The leader in the clubhouse, and we'll talk about that individual here in a second. They're all the way at 73, 74 wins. So you still got a lot of work to do. But you weren't even within earshot. Now at least you can see third place. They're still off in the distance, but at least you can now see third place. That's what a big week. But see, the problem with Kimura is inconsistency, right? Kimura will be really good this week. Next week, Kimura will go. It's 16 games this week in week 8. Everybody's playing, no bye week, right? So you got a chance to really do some damage if you take advantage of the opportunity presented. Kimura will go 8-8 this week. That's why Kimura ain't going to be around when it's all said and done. Jordan Jones. This was big for Jordan Jones because Jordan Jones was nice last year, and then Jordan Jones went back to being Jordan Jones this year, which is mid, right? So this 13-2 puts Jordan Jones at 66-44. And again, much like Kimura, now you can see third place. Still off in the distance because third place is 71 wins. But at least you can see third place. You still got work to do, but this gives you a fighting chance, right? Cody. This was big for Cody because as I mentioned with the other two, hadn't gone the way that you wanted it to go, but you've been better of late. And this 13-2 puts you at 68-39. You right there knocking on the door of third place now. You're just 3 games back of third place. So now you're starting to get to within striking distance. And now, again, consistency is the key. Derek B, me and him go back and forth all the time. he thought I was ducking the kickback this week, and I said, "Oh no, no such thing. You know, I don't run from nothing. Like if you know me, then you know me. Like I don't run, I don't hide, I don't duck from nothing. Right? If I'm gonna talk shit, I got to be able to take it when I didn't have my best, performance. So Derek B, I said I wanted to blow him out, and I was trending towards doing that, and he got hot. The same shit that I said about him that I said to my dad, both have kind of come to life since I talked shit to him. So again, maybe I just need to keep my mouth shut. But Derek B's been pretty hot here of late, and this was his best week right here. Obviously, he's a PTPer this week, 13-2, puts him at 71-36. He jumps in front of me by a game at 71-36, gets him a piece of third place. So big one for Derek B. And we'll see if he can continue the hot streak that he is on. But same can be said for Rella, right? Rella, jumped up 13-2, jumps up to 70, from 58 to 71 wins, gets a piece of third place. I wasn't even viewing Rella as a player here, right? Like this is some newcomer jumping in the fray. They'll get blessed. And ultimately, I think Rella's going to get blessed at some point, right? Have a little 3-week stretch of just some real nasty work, and Rella fall off the grid, but hasn't happened yet. And here we are heading into week 8, and Rella's got a piece of third place. And so respect is not given, it is earned. Rella is slowly but surely earning my respect. But again, this ain't a sprint, it's a marathon. We'll see if Rella can keep it up. But Rella was also a PTPer this week, and that PTP performance has helped her or him and Derek B both jump into third place. So other third place participants, AJ Meehan was in second place last week. Fell back just a bit, not much, but 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 losses. That'll do it to you. I said if you had more than 4 losses, this wasn't a good week for you. So 9-6, not a great week. And obviously AJ Meehan went from second all by himself to tied for third at 71-36. So not a good week for AJ, but still with the work that he's put in to this point, still good enough to be tied for third place. Greg Giants, I think he had a really good week this week. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, 11-4. That's right at that cutoff point. Really solid week. 11-4 gets Greg Giants to 71-36. Also gets him a piece of third place. So a big week for Greg Giants in terms of just staying consistent. Right. This was a tough week. I'm not going to front. The best of the best sort of struggled this week. 4 and 5, 6 losses, things of that nature. This was a week you could make up ground, which is what you saw Rella and Derek B and some people do. If you made great picks, if you were able to be on the right side of some of these close contests, you were able to make up some ground. And Greg Giants was able to do a little bit of that, or at least stay even and in third place. So those are all and AAA Dell. Let's get some love for AAA Dell. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2. Is it just 2 here? 1, 2. Let's get AAA Dell some love and make sure he's represented as one of the PTPers of the week. AAA Dell 13-2. That'll do that for you, right? Same thing I just said about Derek B and Rella. Jumping up from 58 wins. Let me check and make sure that was 58 wins a week ago. Yeah, 58 wins a week ago. Jumps all the way to 71, 13-2. It'll change your life, right? It'll change your life. Puts him in third place. And just like that, AAA Dell is right in the mix, and a part of the top 3. And so, again, these types of weeks, and I talk about it all the time, a really good week can change everything, just like a really bad week can change everything very rapidly. And you're seeing that. And I told you there was really no heat down here at the bottom of the grid. Now we got 3 people who were PTPers this past week, all jumping into the top 3. And so the key is consistency, and AAA Dell has been pretty solid this year. Pretty solid. Again, I think that's another first-time participant jumping in the fray and doing some yeoman-like work early on. But that's only one half of the equation, right? Just a small piece of the puzzle. Can you keep up the consistency? That's the real question. So big shout out to all the PT peers and all of the third place participants thus far. Now we get to second place, and it's Tyrant 78, who was tied for first place with Sundi last week. Tyrant 78, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5 losses, falls back 1 to Sundi. But Tyrant 78 has been exactly that, a tyrant all season long. Week after week, the picks have been phenomenal. And she is killing it. Killing it. I mean, I'm at a loss. I didn't see this coming from her. I'm gonna be honest. Every week I keep waiting for Tyrant to slip up. Like, this is the week 7, 8 losses out of nowhere, right? Just it ain't happening right now. It's gonna happen at some point, but it hadn't happened to this point. I'm just gonna have to be that much better if I'm gonna catch her, because she's not letting up, right? And that type of consistency has, landed her in second place and really been first or second pretty much since about week 2 or 3, right? So shout out to Tyrant 78 for continuing to apply pressure. And then there's Sundi. Like, Sundi's been just as good as Tyrant 78, right? Those two have really been neck and neck all season long, have really been the gold standard. They've set the pace, right? This feels like one of those cross country races that they used to run in high school, right? Those mile runs, where you don't want to get out in front and run your fastest right away unless you got that kind of stamina to sustain that throughout the entire race. You want to pace yourself. You want to be right where you need to be. And then at the end, you want to be able to be close enough to where if you've got enough left in the tank, you can turn on the afterburners and go get the win. Sundi's just been hauling ass along with Tyrant the entire time. And my hope is I stay close and they run out of gas. But if they keep this shit up, I'm going to have to either be better and I'm going to have to get on my Grizzy, or you won't catch them. It's really simple. Sundi, 1, 2, 3, 4, right? I was thinking to myself, yeah, this is the week Sundi will lose 5 or 6 and I'll be able to make up some ground. And I dropped the ball this week. I'm pissed off at myself because in terms of Sundi, I lost a game when I didn't need to. And I'll discuss that here in a second. But Sundi's been phenomenal, 74 and 33. Right now, Sundi is the pace car, right? Everybody's chasing Sundi. And so my goal is to just stay connected to the leaders in the clubhouse. When they go hit 80, I need to hit 80. When they hit 90, I need to be at 90. You can't fall behind too far or else you won't catch them. But not with the way that they're making picks. Sort of like Smack City and Big Baller Blake last year. They just were making incredible picks week after week after week after week. But it got to a point where I'm like, I'm not going to catch them, right? I'm way more consistent this year, right? Because you know what it is, it's all black energy. But hey, how you coming over there with the piss cup? Ultra. How you coming over there, 100 grand? You strong? All right, good. Keep going. We ain't got a whole lot of time for you to be over there, debating on, what you gonna do. Finish that up, man. You deserve it too. Nice and dark and pungent. I hope it's burning your damn canal as it goes down, as this was ridiculous. There's no excuse for this shit this week. None. So then there's the curious case of me, your man, Louie T. I had 5 losses. I was 10 and 5 this week. I'm utterly disappointed in myself. And here's the reason why this needed to happen this week is because I don't hate my picks. Just one, right, in particular. Falcons lost. I take that one. I think most of us took that one. Not ashamed of that. Texans, they pissed me off. I'm going to talk about them on the podcast. I'll leave that for there. Jets, they were up 15-6. They were dominating, and then Aaron Rodgers throws a stupid ass pick, and the game just never was the same. I'm done with the Jets, by the way, and I say that figuratively, not literally. I'm not done with them, but I know until they get their shit together, I just gotta leave them alone, right? You live and you learn, right? And then the Chargers, you watch that game and you're like, bro, you invented ways to lose that game. It makes you sick to your stomach watching how but it's the Chargers, man. New coach, same shit. And when you don't score points, the margin for error is that much smaller. They don't score no damn points. So you want to have penalties. You want to settle for 5 field goals instead of scoring a touchdown. You can got 17-15. Anyway, this is the pick right here. This damn Giants pick is the one that I lamented, and I beat myself up, and I was still beating myself up today. And I said, bro, you got to move on, bro. So let me tell you the origins of this stupid ass pick I made. I wanted to change it. Last year, I would make mistakes because when I do this, I just take somebody else's picks, right? And like the last person's picks that I put in, just take their picks and I copy and paste it. And then I just change the ones that aren't the same that I want, right? The ones that, then I change the ones that aren't the same for my picks. And one time I a couple of times last year, I overlooked a pick and turned the sheet in, put it up so everybody could see it. And then the pick ended up being wrong. And so I went back and changed it, and people would look at the sheet like, hey, I thought you picked this team. And I'm like, oh, that was a mistake. I don't want people to think I'm cheating because I'm not. It's one thing you can never call me. It's a cheater. Right? I'm gonna either win it fair and square, or I'm gonna lose it fair and square. So I got to Saturday, and I go out to eat with my family, and I take my family out to dinner, and we're sitting at the table, and it hit me like a ton of bricks, bro. You being emotional, right? What are you doing? The Giants aren't winning this game. They can't score any points, bro. You know this. And I wanted so badly to change the pick. I had already put the sheet out though. And I told myself, went back and forth with it because I'm like, yo, people hit you up on Saturday all the time. Hey, can I change my pick to such and such? And I do it, right? I'm like, yeah, no problem. Because I'm not holding your picks hostage. You think a team isn't going to win, or you change your mind, you got to change your heart. You can hit me up and say, hey, can you change this pick? I wouldn't recommend it. Generally, your first inclination is the right one, unless you got a real like epiphany like I did. Like, bro, the Giants aren't beating the Eagles. You want the Giants to beat the Eagles. You know damn well they're not beating the Eagles, but you want it so bad, you gonna pick it. That's dumb, and you know better. And so I so desperately wanted to change the pick, but I couldn't do it. I was like, I don't want them to think I'm cheating. So I left the pick what it was. And then obviously the outcome was what it was. And I took this stupid ass L. I was pissed because I should be in third place right now. Like, I don't take one single game for granted. Not one. Because if I lose by one, I'm coming back to week 7 in this dumbass decision I made, being emotional and not realizing it until it was too late. And here's the thing. I'm in a different headspace, one that I've never been in as a fan, where my team is so good that I think we can actually win a Super Bowl here in the next year or two. Like, if things fall into place, anything could happen. We could win it this year. Probably not going to happen, but in my mind, every week, I think we're going to win. We're leading the division, and I expect to win the division. And so now I'm in this weird space where I'm rooting for shit to happen so much to benefit my team that I'm trying to even pick it to will it to happen. And this shit won't happen anymore. This is the last time this shit is happening. I'm not doing that shit again, right? This is a one and done instance where I'm going to allow my emotions to get the best of me. I always say, pick with your head, not your heart. That was a heart pick. And I didn't come around fast enough to make the change. I better not lose this thing by one game. I'm going to hate myself for the entire summer. If I don't win this thing and it comes down to a game, now if I lose by 3, okay, fine. It is what it is. But if I lose by a game or I end up tied, I'm coming back to week 7 and that dumbass shit that I did. It's over. I did it. It won't happen again. I went 10-5, disappointed in that. Should have been 11-4, worst case scenario. It should have been 12-3. The Texans screwed me royally. But that's the Texans, though. They're not a smart football team. I'm realizing that slowly but surely. They're not a smart football team. They're a good team. They're not smart. So I got to be better. But I'll say this. I haven't been my best, and I'm 4 games out of first place. Everybody, I mean, like most of the people in front of me, like they hauling ass. If we're talking about that same cross-country run, they hauling ass. And I'm just running at a nice pace. And I know what my stamina is. And I know what I'm capable of. The question is, are y'all capable of keeping up the pace y'all going at? Because that's the only way you're going to beat me. I'm not saying. I'm just saying. Anyway, I digress. This was a great week. I enjoyed this week. This is my favorite week of picking games thus far in terms of how strategic you had to be, right? A lot of games of teams that were equally matched. This week, I think this is a very easy week. I say that, and then we'll see if some upsets happen. But this is a lot of weeks this is a week of a lot of games that are lopsided, where a 5 or 6 win team is playing a 2-win team or a 1-win team, right? There should be a lot of ass whoopings distributed this week amongst the games. And so this is one of those weeks where they just don't color outside the lines. Okay. I'm not giving any advice. Let me shut up. I'm not on your team. We're not teammates. I'm not your friend. Okay. Let me stop giving y'all advice and trying to help y'all do the right thing. Now, let me shut up. Nah, keep coloring outside the goddamn lines. Anyway, I digress. Real quick. 100 grand, where we at? Because we about to get out of here. Okay, yeah, keep going. You got to look, man. Stop complaining. It's a little bit left, man. You did this shit. You did it. Just finish the shit up so we can get out of here. Let's see. Take one comment and we get out of here, man. I'm only taking this comment because you in first place. This is a first place comment right here. Gotta respect the Kings, right? Eric Sunderland writes, had the same thing Thursday. I thought like Saints ain't gonna win this, but I didn't switch because I was like, I thought first, just let it ride. Yeah, it's like that, and it actually benefits you sometimes, right? I would have been even more pissed if I would have switched it and then the Giants somehow miraculously won, right? I just got to be better from the jump. I knew they weren't winning that goddamn game. I knew they weren't winning that shit. I wanted them to win. And you cannot allow your emotions to get the best of you. And that's what I did. I let my emotions get the best of me. But you know what? I won't let it happen again. As a wise man once said, I won't let my emotions get the best of me. If you were Alex Trebek, I would bet your whole career would be in jeopardy. I won't let it get the best of me again. I digress. 100 grand, what we looking at? All right, do me a favor, take that last big swig. Yep. Oh, man. Did you just burp? God, that was disgusting, man. Keep that shit over there. Damn it, man. That Piss Cup Ultra hits different. Whew. Go ahead and finish that up, man. You ain't slick. It's still a corner in there, man. Take all of that shit, knock it back, dude. You a veteran. This ain't your first time with the Piss Cup, man. Come on, man. Hurry up. I got shit to do. All right, man. Give me the damn cup, man. I keep telling you this every time I say this to you. I bet you won't do this shit again, and then you do some shit like this. So it is what it is at this point. You'll be back. You'll be back drinking from the piss cup. You hard-headed, man. You hard-headed. You just be picking shit. So you thought Carolina was gonna beat the Commanders. So you thought the Browns was gonna do some shit. You hard-headed, man. You just doing shit. You just pressing buttons. We playing a video game and you just pressing buttons. Video games have gotten a lot more sophisticated. Button mashers don't win shit no more. You got the input moves. You still pressing buttons like it's 1994. This ain't Street Fighter 2. Anyway, I digress, man. That's going to do it for me, your man, Louie T. I look forward to chopping it up with y'all the next time. But until then, you know what it is. If your picks ain't shit, you'll be drinking piss. That's just how we roll. I'll see you guys next week. Hopefully, I have better results. Y'all take care. God bless. And good night.